How's it going, guys? Back on NIS. Now you may be wondering, this is not the Coca-Cola 600. I sincerely apologize. I just am not going to sit in a chair for 4+ hours on a simulator and do the Coke 600. I just wasn't going to do it. I was not going to be bothered with it. I kind of wanted to enjoy my life a little bit. Now I want to do it. But we are back. I'm going to try my best to, avenge that race. Even though I didn't do it, you guys might be disappointed. I know. If you want to hate me in the comments, go ahead. I will completely understand. But I just did not want to do it, so I'll try my best to make it up to you guys and hopefully win the Pocono race. I've been in a slump. I think it's very noticeable to say the last 5 races in NIS, ever since our last victory, has been very poor. It has not been great. We have 2 wins in the season, but we've had a terrible finish at Richmond, terrible finish at Talladega, terrible finish at Kansas, even Dover. We got 10th place, so it hasn't been that great. So we'll see what we can do. Getting back on track, can we get the pole? We usually always got the pole earlier in the season. Did we get it this time? Yes, we did. There we go in the 51.9s. Could have run a little. I could have run better. I could have gotten into the 8s, but I wanted to be careful because I knew I probably didn't have to run an 8 to get the pole, so I took it a little bit conservatively. Just made sure the lap was very smooth. Green flag is out at Pocono. Let's see what we can do. As you can tell, we have a new paint scheme. I probably haven't mentioned that yet. But new paint scheme thanks to Ben Horton, who has made pretty much all my custom paint schemes for me. The Electra scheme, now this one. I also got 2 other kind of Exalta Flame paint schemes as well. Actually, DuPont Flame paint schemes that you will see in Nork. So that's going to be really fun. So if you guys want to check him out, I'll leave his Twitter link in the bio or in the description below. You could tweet him if you want. Just say thanks. I mean, it's a really cool paint scheme. So back to the race, we have Daniel. Daniel's been in a lot of my NIS videos. We're usually always in the same split or around that same split. On lap 4, he's making a move to the inside lane, and it looks like he will get past. And not a huge deal here, nothing to worry about, because it is very early on in the race. So I'm trying to save my tires at this point. So I know that he might be a little bit faster right now, but Pocono, the way the tires wear at this track, I mean, you're knocking off 5/10 a lap, maybe like a second a lap, or a second every 5 laps. Caution comes out, so there goes our plan. I was trying to save my tires, and it didn't work out because of a caution. Let's see what it was for. We have eyes on the 27 car, and he gets turned coming out of turn 4. Oh, let's see if we can save it here. Nope, he disappears. Okay, never mind. Alright, back to pit road. First pit stops of the race. Let's see what's a little bit different here. You can see we got some DuPont Rainbow Warrior schemes. I changed some stuff up. So I usually always had like this basic scheme for my pit crew, and I never knew that I could just go into trading paints and put a different fire suit on these guys. So that we got the Rainbow Warriors working on our custom Exalta car, and ironically running the number 11, not the 24, because I can't run 24 in NIS races. We're restarting second place. Let's see if we can time the restart pretty well with Daniel. Green flag is out. He told us when we were going to go, so we worked together to get away from the rest of the pack. Let's see if I don't know what I remember doing here, but I think we let him back up, and you can see here that he comes up a little bit. We're going to try to fight on the outside just a little bit, just to give him a fight, because when you're racing with people you know, you can race them harder. It's not like I'm racing a random. I know Daniel, so I can race him pretty hard. He clears us there and then gives us room coming around the outside, which I didn't think he had to, but he gave us the room, wanted to take the bottom for the tunnel turn, which is understandable. So I'm going to go through the outside here, back off a little bit, try to get a run coming out of the tunnel turn. We get on the throttle really quick back there in the middle of the corner. It works out well. We have a little bit of a run. We're going to peak down low below Daniel and enter turn 3. Let's make sure we don't overdrive this corner. Very, very easy to do. Got to brake at the exact moment, kind of drag it. Get into 3rd gear. As you do notice, we are shifting in these races, usually in turns 1 and 3. Got a good run coming off 4, but Daniel has a little bit high lane, so we try side drafting him a little bit. Now there's a car behind us that's going to give us a little bit of a push. That's Jacob Hall that's giving us a push there. We're going to head into turn 1. We overdrove the corner. Ew, boy. Oh my goodness, thank God Daniel saw it, because I could have easily wrecked him, and that is definitely my fault. As you can see here, Jacob gives us an extra push, and that gave me momentum that I wasn't really expecting. And then I tried driving it in deep in a 1, but I overdrove it so much. I mean, I completely missed the bottom. Luckily, I mean, Daniel saw in his peripheral vision that I slid up, and he gave me the room, so disaster avoided there. That would have been terrible. That would have been really, really bad. So we got away with it. That's what I mean by racing people you know. He knew that I drove it in too hard. He knew that to give me room. If that was a random, probably wouldn't have done that, and I would have wrecked him, and he would have gotten mad. So It's really important to race with people you know, and that's I'm very grateful for that. I made that mistake. It was really bad, but Daniel gets the spot back. I just let him get a run coming out turn two. I'm like, listen, you get it back. That was terrible of me to even try it. Caution comes out, and the tone of the race is getting set a little bit. It just looks like I want these green flag runs because that's what I'm hoping for, but unfortunately it looks like it's not coming. 25 car goes in the wall, and then he gets completely killed and gets flipped into turn one. I don't understand what's happening there. Restart time. The 7 car stayed out, so he's on old tires. And Daniel's now in second. So we have to time this restart really well. Green flag is out. Now, we have a pretty good run on Daniel, so we're going to come up the track. And I talked with him before on this restart what we were going to do. I wanted to get single file before heading into turn 1 because the 7 car is a sitting duck. He's going to be a sitting duck on old tires, so we're going to go around the outside lane. I overdrive it just a little bit here. I could have gotten a better run. Daniel gets on the bottom. He looks like he's going to go and try to pass the 7. Daniel's going to go 3 wide. I have the run coming out of the corner, so I'm fine. I don't mind it. Daniel goes 3 wide to get around the 7. 7 comes back up. Daniel's now on the bottom lane. We're going to drive it into the tunnel turn and clear, and we get the lead. So pretty lucky not to be restarting second there. It was really nice to restart third. That way I could just get a better jump and then get clear of Daniel. Daniel gets around the 7, I get around the 7, and we just continue on. We've been the 2 best cars so far in the race. And then another caution comes out. So again, tone of the race is being set. We kind of know what's going to happen. I want to save my tires. I'm not going to because I just know that cautions will come out fairly quickly at this point. Third caution, I'm just going to run the car hard and try to stay in the lead because staying in the lead is very important. So we stay out. Let's get another restart going. Going to try something a little bit different. Wait for the pace car a little bit, then go. So there we go on the throttle, and it doesn't really work out. I was hoping maybe I could stack the field up, but at Pocono, the green lights go so quickly that once the pace car turns in, you have like a 2-second gap to go. So it's very easy to predict. So I tried something a little bit different. It didn't really work out. Luckily, Daniel gets clear. I overdrive it a little bit in turn 1 again. And again, another caution comes out. 4th caution of the race, and we are barely into it. So let's see what happens here. I mean, everyone, it's typical turn 1 Pocono. We're all going 3-4 wide, and just craziness happens. I don't understand why everyone's doing that, but also when you're in the back of the pack and you're trying to make up spots, it is very enticing to risk. So here we go on a restart. You can see the pace car. We're going to leave right when the pace car goes. Right when the pace car makes the left turn. I told Daniel that's what I'm going. We do, and we get that gap to 3rd and 4th place. So good teamwork there. That's pretty nice to see. And that's what we're going to have to do. The problem is if we continue having cautions and either me or Daniel is in the lead, it's going to be predictable. People are going to know that, listen, we're going on pace car. So we're going to have to worry about that later on in the race. Daniel goes underneath us on lap 29. He gets a decent run. So there's 2 cars dead in the inside wall. Caution comes out. We retained the lead, luckily. Daniel probably would have gotten us into turn 2. Let's see what happened. Looks like the 17, and that's actually that red, white, and blue car. That is Jared. Jared from Newark, as you guys know. And he is dead too. Let's see why. We're riding along with Jared right now. I love you, Jared, but no, nope. Press F for respects. He's gone. I love you, Jared. It's been nice to know you. And green flag is back out on lap 33. We get a better restart here. I told Daniel we were going on pace, so I don't know why he didn't get a great restart, but works out. He gets clear of 3rd place, so we're just moving on. Lap 37, almost halfway, and another caution comes out. I think that's number 6 in the race. Not even halfway through. So it's getting really frustrating. We come down pit road. The 7 car stays out again. Now we're in 2nd place. Daniel's in 4th, so this is going to be a little bit interesting. I'm going to try to time this restart. I go when pace car goes. It's a risk, but look how well it is timed. We cannot beat the 7 to the start finish line, and we didn't. That is by far the most perfectly timed restart I can get. My best restart probably ever on iRacing. And that gets me side by side with a car on old tires. I don't have to drive it in too deep. Just stay in the 2nd lane, stay side by side, and I will get clear of this 7. Absolutely perfect restart. Very glad I timed that well. It was a big risk. I went right on pace car and then kind of blurped the throttle and waited for the 7 to go. If the 7 didn't go, I was in big trouble. So very, very big risk, but it pays out. And then caution again. So Again, 7th caution of the race. It's getting kind of ridiculous at this point. Lap 57. We run a couple laps under green so far. So we run about 5 laps under green. I'm pushing as hard as I can because I am expecting a caution to come out. There's 23 laps to go, so in reality you might want to be saving your tires, but I just feel like a caution will come out, so I am pushing hard, trying to not let Daniel pass because I feel like being the leader is so important, especially on restarts. Daniel gets a decent run coming out of turn 1, but he has to fall back in line. Doesn't get the best of runs coming out of the corner. Then he goes into turn 3. He's looking low. We're going to give him the room. We shift down in the 3rd gear, trying to get a better run coming out of the corner. The car is starting to get a little bit loose. You can see we're fighting the wheel a decent amount. And we get a good run coming out of turn 3, but Daniel has that side draft. There's not a lot of side draft in iRacing. There's a tiny bit. So he's able to stall me out just a little bit, side drafting us into turn 1. So he's able to have position going into turn 1. Go side by side. Again, I overdrive turn 1 just a little bit. Shift into 3rd gear. Try to get a better run coming out of the corner. Daniel slides up. We're going to pull off a crossover move if we can get to that quarter panel. Here we are. We're trying to get to that quarter panel, and we've gotten to there. So let's see what we do in the tunnel turn. It's not great to go side by side, but we're going to try it going side by side. Daniel backs off. He gets a decent run going through the tunnel turn. I don't shift in a 3rd gear. We probably should be shifting in a 3rd gear. You can tell the run he got coming out of the tunnel turn is because he's in 3rd gear, shifting in a 4th. So I take notice of that, and I realize maybe next lap I have to shift in a 3rd gear starting through the tunnel turn. I have not shifted in the tunnel turn up to this point in the race. We go through turns 3 again, side by side, epic battle so far, and we come to the start finish line. Daniel leads that lap. The number 23 is 0.8 of a second back. He's not too far back, but right now is a mano battle. Head into turn 1. Let's try not to overdrive the corner again. We do a better job of it. We're kind of on that 2nd seam. Get back on the throttle in turns 1 in 3rd gear. Try to get full throttle coming out of the corner. We do a decent job there. Daniel slides up just a little bit, but all clean. No problems. We go down the short chute from turn 1 to turn 2. Here we go into the tunnel turn. Now Daniel's there. We're going to go side by side in the tunnel turn, something you really shouldn't be doing, but we're both able to make it very simply. Daniel gets a little bit loose coming out of the tunnel turn, but we are still side by side. We've been side by side for almost 3 laps now, heading into turn 3, still side by side. Daniel slides up just a tiny bit. We give him the room, and we're trying to get back on the throttle coming out of turn 3. We're both fighting it loose coming out of turn 3 as we are completely wearing out our tires, and that 23 car is slowly starting to gain because we are battling side by side and really starting to abuse the tires. But it does not matter. 17 laps to go. We're still going to try to fight hard for this position. Going into turn 1 again, side by side. And again, trying to get a good run coming out of turn 1. We still, oh, where the wall's there. We don't get into the wall. And Daniel looks like he gets the better run. We're going to try and fight here, but it looks like we're going to have to give him the position. Let's try shifting in the tunnel turn here. We're going to shift in the tunnel turn, go into 3rd gear. We shift in just maybe a little bit too early. Gets loose entering the corner, but come off the corner. Daniel gets tight. I'm in 3rd, heading in a 4th. We get a better run coming out of the tunnel turn. Now the cards have switched. I'm on the bottom. Daniel is on the top. We are going side by side into turn 3. Hopefully I can clear him coming out of the exit of turn 3. We're trying to get back on the throttle, fighting the wheel, fighting the car, trying not to get loose. We're just not clear yet. We come down the start finish line. Now it looks like we are clear, and we come up. The 23 is on his way. He has closed the gap, and now it looks like it's going to become a 3-car race, and the caution comes out. Now that's the one time I'm actually really happy to see the caution because I killed my tires. I mean, I killed them. That 23 was going to pass both of us if the caution did not come out. So we come down pit road for very likely the last time we're coming down pit road. I need my Rainbow Warriors to give me a good pit stop. Good on the right sides. We go to the left sides. They take the tires off, put the tires on, drop the jack. Here we go. It's not good enough. Daniel is going to take the lead, and the Rainbow Warrior pit crew has failed us. But we still have a chance. It's okay. We can get around Daniel from 2nd place. We have done it before. So here we go. Pace car. We're going to go on pace car. That's the plan. I go. Daniel doesn't go. Daniel gets turned, and the caution comes out. We are still in the lead. I might get black flagged, but apparently I did not get black flagged as the caution came out quick enough. Now, this is all a miscommunication. I thought, just like we've been doing the entire race, that we're going on pace car. You can tell right there. I went on pace. 3rd place went on pace. 4th place went on pace. We all went on pace car, but Daniel wanted to wait a little bit. But because of the trends of the race, we've been going on pace car so many times. I told Daniel, let's go on pace car. There's a little bit of a miscommunication, and unfortunately Daniel gets wrecked. Really, really unfortunate. He was our main threat there for the race. Now we don't have any friends, so we have to try and time these restarts. Green flag is out. It's really hard to get a good jump if everyone knows you're going on pace, so I tried leaning back a little bit and going before the pace car made that left turn. It worked out. We got a decent lead on Alec there in the 31, and now we're just hoping that it stays green and we go into the lead. And oh my goodness, the 29 catapulted to the back of the... Oh my God! There's some dead people. That reminded me of like a Casey Kane flying into the fence in 2009 or 2010. I thought it is. But here we go. 29 car. 35 gets into the wall. 29. Oh my God! That is a terrible place to put a wall. It literally catapulted him right back across the track and caused his death in the field. My goodness. Okay. Well, caution comes out. It's a green-white-checkered. So, green-white-checkered, most important restart. You could see I'm leaning back off the pace car a lot. The plan is try to time it before the pace car leaves. So, we're going to hit the gas. Now, pace car turns. We catch everyone off guard. Green flag is out. They're 3 wide behind us. The perfect restart for 2 laps to go. We got the guys 3 wide behind us. It's beautiful. Let's just drive away. Hopefully, if a caution comes out, race is over. So, I don't mind if they wreck in a turn 1. But we have pulled out a nice gap, and if you come to the different view, you can see we are pulling away as they are fighting side by side with 2 laps to go. Will they wreck at any point in turn 1? They have not yet, but we have a big enough gap that it should be fine. So is redemption maybe coming? It looks like it could be coming. We head through the tunnel turn as long as we don't choke away, we don't hit the wall, we don't spin. We're on pretty fresh tires, so the car's not really loose. White flag is out one more time around. We just have to hit the tricky triangle one more time. We have a 1 second gap on Alec and the 23. Looks like they're battling a little bit. Heading into turn 3 on the white flag lap. We have a 1.3 second lead. We might not have done the Coke 600. We might have struggled for the last month, but I told you guys I'd make it up to you. We get our 3rd win of the season in NIS, and it's probably the sweetest because we've been struggling a lot lately. So 3rd win of the season. I don't know if we were the best car. It was Daniel and I were equally fast, and it was a really good race. Congratulatory little bumps after the race, and a lot of fun. But there's a new build coming on iRacing. I didn't like the setup at Pocono. There's a new build that hopefully will make the stuff a little bit looser. This car was very, very tight, but we were able to be the fastest in our split and able to win the race. So we're going to do some celebratory burnouts at the end here as I've been getting better, with how to do burnouts. I made sure I damaged the rear of the car. We want to pass post-race inspection just so there's no doubt. If we failed it, listen, we damaged the rear of the car. It's all right. Track Now's told me to do it. So we are all good there. We're going to burn it down at Pocono, 3rd win of the season. Very, very happy with that. And Michigan's next week, and we're going to go and see if we can get our 4th win of the season. So guys, if you like the video, make sure you like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below. It is good to be back in victory lane. 1 for 1 with this Excella paint scheme as well. I'll see you guys later, and peace out. I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I try, my love, she keeps me warm.